Hello, everybody. Russian Batman here, back with another video. I'm starting this new series. I'm calling it Questions for Customizers, where in each episode we're gonna interview a different customizer, and Lego customizer in particular. Today we got our very special guest, Soldier. No, I'm just kidding, not Soldier Boy. It is one better, Potatomeen. Say hello, Potatomeen.
Hello, I'm so happy to be here.
We got Potatomeen as our very first guest on the show. So very epic stuff. Potatomeen, just for anyone who doesn't know about you, could you please just let them know kind of where you post your customs, like I said, Instagram, whatever plugs you want to plug in real quick right now. I can leave them in the description as well, but just let everyone know where we can come see your stuff if people don't know about you.
I don't really know if I want people coming to my stuff, but okay. But basically,
check out your customs. Check out your customs, okay? They want to check out your customs.
I had to get at least one of those jokes in.
Of course,
just like
of course.
just like what my customs in the jar. Anyways, but I basically post on like YouTube sometimes, Instagram.
Okay.
Well, I actually posted a video today. Now that I think about like when we were recording this. That's kind of
yes,
funny.
I didn't see that video yet, but it looks good. It's a Deadpool showcase,
Yeah,
I think.
it's just a single figure. It's just Deadpool. Anyways,
Uh-huh.
then I also post on Instagram. That's where I post most often, like at least weekly. At least I try. And then back when I was a wee little spud, I posted on Reddit.
The
Back when I first
Redditors.
started.
Yeah,
Just with you.
that's kind of where we all started. All the OSRSers, obviously started on the OSRS, which is
Yeah.
just too good
If you
subreddit.
If you go back to the very first post, you'll just see how sloppy the customs were. They used glossy paint and everything.
Yeah, that's where if you've ever seen this channel, if you don't know, if you're not in the know-how, whenever we say OSRSer, it's referring to this kind of a little community that kind of started through posting to the OSRS subreddit, which is a just too good subreddit. It's kind of obscure. But yeah, that's kind of how we all started the OSRS podcast, and all that kind of stuff started from posting on the OSRS. So exactly.
It's only obscure because Justin doesn't post anything about it anymore.
Exactly. Yes, that's kind of why. And also, if you don't know who Just Too Good is, you obviously wouldn't know any of that. He's another a bigger Lego YouTuber. All right. So since we're on the topic of the kind of OSRS, I kind of want to ask you. So is that where you first started posting your customs?
Yeah. Very first place was Reddit.
Very first place is the OSRS subreddit, right?
Yeah, just r/just do good. That's where it all started.
Okay, that's where it all started. Okay, another question.
Was it 3 years ago? I think it was 3 years ago.
I think
actually.
so. Yeah, something like that.
Jesus.
Now I'm assuming that did you make customs before you decide to upload them onto the OSRS, or did you kind of make customs because you went on the OSRS and that hey, I can do this, post it on there, or have you like been making customs like a little bit before that?
So back like years and years ago, I did make customs before Reddit, and because like I started posting them in 2019, which was before the pandemic. And then like years before that, I think like at least 2012 is when I started to take like a Sharpie and just start messing up all the figures. I remember messing up a Boba Fett figure, like the helmet.
Now, do you have any now what's the earliest custom you could actually like remember?
Ah, shit. I think it was like a Five Nights at Freddy's or like Mario figure back when those things were like really popular.
That's weird. I feel like that's the exact same thing with me. I feel like
the funniest part about like the Five Nights at Freddy's one is that, well, two things actually. Back then, I didn't have any sculpting material. Like I didn't have clay of any kind, so I just used paper and tape, and then just Sharpies. And then another funny thing.
So wait, hold on. Did you like draw on the face or something, or like how'd the paper work to actually like make a molded-ish head?
I basically just took the paper, wrapped it around the head, taped it on, and then just kind of drew on the face, but you could not tell it was a face.
Okay, gotcha.
It was basically just scribbles.
Okay, that's interesting.
But the second funniest part is I would kind of revisit Five Nights at Freddy's like years later.
Yeah,
like this year actually.
Because your newer Five Nights at Freddy's customs, if you haven't seen, you should definitely go check them out. But especially your Spring Trap is really good.
Oh yeah, that's definitely my favorite. He's my favorite character, and just trying to figure out like the coloring was kind of difficult because he was like
Oh
a
yeah, I can
weird
imagine.
green, but he's
Yeah,
sometimes a weird yellow.
yeah.
So it's weird.
Okay, so the earliest customs you can remember are probably the Mario. You said Mario customs and some FNAF customs, right?
Yeah, and funny about that too about Mario is the fact that I also revisited that, which I probably should revisit those because they are kind of bad. I'm not gonna lie, because I was
Your
like,
Bowser one was really good for the time. I remember that one. That was
yeah,
especially the shell and whatnot. That one was goaded.
I think the face was just like the worst part about it. I think there's something off about it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think it's just
Now
the
I
shape.
remember the face looking really good, but I looked back on it, and it's not as good as I remember it being.
Oh
But
yeah, it's been like a year or two, like a year and a half maybe.
yeah, maybe
Like,
the paint jobs are actually quite nice. The colors are quite accurate. But yeah, I think that face is a little bit off.
I don't know why, but it kind of reminds me of either like a pug or one of those pan face cats
Yeah, you're right about that. You're right.
where it's
Yeah, it
like
kind of does.
squished.
Yeah, it looks a little bit off, but it's not bad. It's not a terrible custom. But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. And so you said your earliest customs you can remember are okay. So like I said, the Five Nights at Freddy's and the Mario ones. None of them are still intact. Are any of them?
Oh no, those things
Yeah, I
have
could
been
imagine. Yep,
destroyed.
they've been gone. They are gone.
They're vanished to the shadow realm.
All right, cool, cool, cool. Now to go a little bit further back. Now, have you always been into Lego?
Oh yeah, years and I remember like the very first house I was in, I had like a Lego Venator set from the Clone Wars. And it had like that weird creepy looking Palpatine.
Okay, that was from the yeah, okay, the Clone Wars set, yeah, with the weird anime eyes they try to do or
God,
whatever.
those
Yeah,
things are horrifying.
yeah,
Like
those things are
Asajj
very cursed, very
like
cursed.
Asajj Ventress is probably like the worst.
Okay,
The big lips in those creepy eyes. Ugh.
yeah. And is there now when you started customizing, was there any particular thing that kind of inspired you to, or get kind of started with it, or just did you kind of like see your figures like, hey, I think this could be cool as something else, and then just
So
kind of started doing it?
initially when I started, I always kind of wanted figures of Mario and Five Nights at Freddy's, even Sonic at some point. I always wanted figures of those, so I just kind of decided to make my own,
Uh-huh.
which then kind of caused me to kind of get into more of like customs and all that, like on YouTube and all that, which kind of made me discover people like I think the Moose Figs,
Yep.
along with like um, what's his name, Michael MG, like it's
Michael
MGF.
MGF.
Yeah, him. Like that's the gateway customizer, really. It's just MGF. Like
Uh-huh.
he's like the person everybody knows by this point.
Yeah. Okay,
But
so
yeah,
basically, so yeah, so you started making. Well, you started with you just kind of wanted those Five Nights at Freddy's characters, and then after making them and be like, wait a minute, this kind of looks like crap. You kind of started watching customizers after that, and
I
then
basically just like, it kind of made me like start to look into like just more stuff. I guess like just kind of see what other people are doing. I guess see if other people are
yeah,
doing the same thing.
gotcha. Yeah, I feel like for me it was pretty similar too because I remember I think one of my earliest customs I made, I think was also some Five Nights at Freddy's, but I used like the Chima head pieces, you
Oh
know.
god,
So I think I remember I think I first started because I was watching this one YouTuber. I don't remember his name. It was this
Brick
one
101.
Lego. He made a lot of Five Nights at Freddy's builds. Like he would build certain
Him.
characters in
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah
It's
different
him.
levels. Yeah, okay. And I remember watching his video and he said like, hey, you could use, if you don't have the brown bear head, you could use brown I think it was nail polish, to
Yeah,
use
yeah,
that. Then
yeah.
afterwards I was like, wait, you could use nail polish to do this? And then I think when I started, obviously painting customs, that's what I would mostly use is nail polish. I didn't get into acrylic until a lot later. And even like a lot of the stuff on the OSRS, almost all of that stuff was made with nail polish until a certain point. Until I think eventually it was fine. I think I stopped using nail polish not because it wasn't because I didn't want to use nail polish anymore. It was because I think I moved my my customizing setup from my mom's house to my dad's house, and when I did that, my dad really didn't like the fact I had all this nail polish. Because it just no, not because it makes me look gay or nothing. It was because it caused such a toxic smell like the smell was like super like toxic. So he's like, "Yo, you gotta either get a fan set up or something, or
Or
you
be a
gotta
man.
or yeah, be a man." So then eventually I was like, "Okay, this is kind of some toxic stuff." So then I was like, "All right, I'll go get some acrylics, try it out," and then I've been using acrylics ever since. But that's kind
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
how yeah I got started with. Now, did you primarily also use acrylics just kind of from the beginning of painting, or did you kind of go through a hoop of using an alternate form of paint?
So it started out as Sharpies, which I never
Okay.
posted those. That was like years and years before.
Yeah.
But then it transitioned into like I think Craft Smart, like outdoor paint and the gloss paint, which are all acrylics, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, it kind of went. I always just stuck with like acrylics.
Yeah, you always stuck with acrylic. Yeah, I remember I never, for whatever reason, I know a lot of people start their customizing with Sharpies. For whatever reason, I for some reason never started with Sharpies. I remember I think the first like the painted customs I made were and I think I don't know if I still have them. I know I think I've modified them. I made a video about it,
Yeah,
but
wasn't that that whole like Legend of Zelda pig things?
yes,
Whatever
yes,
those things
exactly. I
were.
repainted the Angry Bird pigs, and I remember this. This was on my birthday. This was like the day of my birthday. I was about to go have like a party, and then I remember deciding to paint on over the pigs to make it look like the bokoblins from Legend of Zelda. So I think, and I remember I painted over like I said just with nail polish, um, and yeah, that's kind of how I first started. Like I said, actually painting the customs. But
Hmm.
yeah, I do remember that, and because no, I have that's the first time I painted with nail polish. I did actually paint with some other paint a while ago when making like weird Five Nights at Freddy's, and I think I made like a Luigi Big Fig or something. But it was some weird. I think it was the same.
Wait,
I think it was the same stuff that you use. That same stuff nail polish is made of, but it wasn't nail polish. It was an actual craft paint. But I think it
wait.
was like the same actual like like a oil based paint.
Luigi Big Fig, is that what you just said?
Yeah, I think that was one of my earliest customs. I took a Hulk, um, and yeah, I painted to make it look like Luigi. Basically, it
Oh
was
my god,
it was
I
terrible.
hope you find something of that one day, even if it's
I
like a
wanna
remnant.
find it. I don't know. Yeah, I think I found remnants of I don't know. Maybe I probably already destroyed it to make some other cut. Honest, hold up. I'm trying to think. I'm thinking out loud here. Maybe it might be my current Wreck-It Ralph custom because that used the base of a Hulk, and the Luigi used the base. So I might have already sacrificed it. But if I could ever find like any existing evidence of it, that would be epic. But yeah, no, I remember that was like one of my earliest things. I for whatever reason I had this idea of doing like a Big Fig Luigi and a Big Fig Mario. I don't know why. I was like, yo, I think that would be so funny because like they take the power up mushroom and they're big and just buff. But
Oh, massive.
yeah, maybe I should revisit that idea. Y'all
Oh
want
god.
a Luigi Big Fig?
Also, I have
Um,
a question. Why do you like reuse customs?
uh, what? That's a good question. I've always just kind of whenever I just have an old custom I don't like, I kind of just I take its parts to reuse it, or well, mostly because I'm too lazy to buy new parts.
Damn.
That's the big reason. I'll use, like I said, if there's an old custom, it doesn't really look good, and plus I already have evidence of it existing, or most of them, because I'd post them to the OS, to the no, yeah, to the OSRS. So
Hmm.
I have like evidence of it exists. So if anyone asks me, hey, what about this custom? I could show it to them, even if I physically don't have it. Right? There are like remnants of it out there on the internet because stuff that goes on the internet kind of stays there forever. So even if I sacrifice a figure, it's still there like in spirit. So that's kind of a reason why I sacrifice a good amount of figures.
It's always there in spirit, always
It's
watching
it's
over you like my
always all
uncle.
looking over me. Oh lordy lord. All right. Now
Looking
let's
over me like my uncle in my bed.
yee. All right. Now let's get on to some more modern stuff.
Hmm.
So what custom? I'm gonna ask some specific questions. Which of your customs do you think has the best paint job?
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, hold on. I'm looking around. I'm seeing some of these.
All right, no problem.
Oh, oh my god.
Or you can list a few if you want that have really good ones.
I would say really good ones like Invincible, even though that's like from a year ago, I think.
That one was good. The Invincible and the Omni Man.
Yeah. I'd say Invincible is probably better. I thought it turned out
Invincible.
a lot more clean.
Uh-huh.
But then there's also, oh god, there's some from Tatoverse. I think like
Yep.
Electro is one good one.
Yeah,
That's like very
yep.
clean.
Yeah,
Then
you're Electro, yeah.
I'd say like Kratos as well. I haven't posted him
Your
yet though.
Kratos is very good. I am really liking how your Kratos is looking so far.
Yeah, I still gotta make the other like weapons.
Uh-huh.
God,
Uh-huh.
it's painful.
Yeah, okay.
Um, one I've never actually posted was probably like Jane Foster. That Thor.
Okay, okay, Jane Fat. Wait, who's Jane Foster again? Why am I forgetting that?
She's Lady Thor, Mighty Thor.
Oh, okay. I'm like, wait a minute. Jane Foster. Wait, okay. I don't know why that took me a second. I'm like, I recognize that name. What the hell is it from? Okay, so
Alright.
Jane. Yeah, you're. I think you did. Did you show off your Jane Foster? I think you
I
showed.
showed it off in the Discord chat, but I
Yes, you
never actually
did show it
posted it.
off in the Discord. It does look really good. That's
I
for
just
sure.
did not like. I didn't like the movie, so I just never even bothered finishing until like now. Because like I recently just sealed it over with like some sealant. That's it. Like I haven't. It's been sitting in like a bag for months.
Okay, damn. Yeah, so I guess, like I said, if you want customs of your movie shown off by Potatomeen, you gotta actually have a good movie. Your
Yeah. To
movie
all the
has
movie
you have
directors out there.
yeah, all the movie directors that are big fans of Potatomeen. If you want your exclusive character to be made by Potatomeen, make sure your movie doesn't suck like Thor Ragnarok did. Because
Ragnarok, I mean Love and
oh
Thunder.
yeah, Ragnarok was the good one. No, I mean Love and
Yeah.
Thunder. Yeah,
Same
don't turn
director
out like
too.
yeah, it's the same director, which is yeah. I Love and Thunder was on like this is a bit of a side tangent, but Love and Thunder was like one of the most disappointing I think MCU films because it had a great director on it. Thor Ragnarok was so good, had a lot of really good elements to it. But then like the movie was just kind of not good. So yeah, like I said, if you want, like I said, Potatomeen might start your custom, but if he watches the movie and it's not good, he's not gonna make a showcase about it.
That's actually how it happened. Actually, I started the custom with like the few reference I had, and then I went to go see the movie, and that was just, ugh.
Yeah, exactly.
But,
So like I said, you've been warned. Like I said, all the movie directors watching.
Dude, the only type of movie directors that I would watch are the same people who would make like Birdemic.
No, you got the person who made the mean one, the Grinch horror movie probably watches this.
Oh god, the mean one, and then also Winnie the Pooh, blood and honey.
Exactly, all of the above. Yeah, like I said, if it turns out bad, he's gonna instead make a Mandalorian showcase part.
God
80.
no. No. Wait, no.
So that's a good question. I kind of thought about why did you make so many Mandalorian showcases?
Okay, funny thing. Also, speaking of unfinished customs, my Mandalorian is also another unfinished one, and Baby Yoda.
Another Mandalorian, there's another unfinished custom.
It's funny. Yes, I could send you a picture after this too. And I also have Grogu with like magnetic arms. So so it's the second time. Like that's the first time I did it too, and like the second time's with Spider-Ham, which is I'm still working on. But the reason why I made so many different Mandalorian showcases is either because there were new there were characters I just never made and I wanted to make, or
and then you just like remade the Mandalorian just to go along with it.
I just really wanted to keep remaking the Mandalorian.
See, exactly. You just
because I just kept improving. It's funny because Baby Yoda never changed.
Yeah, but Mandalorian, man, you just gotta remake that custom every, like few weeks or whatever.
I think it's funny because like one of my Mandalorian videos, I think actually got over 1,000 views.
Yeah, no, the videos, I do agree the videos are good, but the amount of times you've remade Din Djarin is kind of, it's almost even more than the amount of times Lego Man 7 has redone his like sig fig. Like
and then the X-Men.
Oh my god.
Okay, first Mandalorian showcase, I think it got like 300 views. Second one got 400. Third one got 1.13 thousand. Wait, no, 1.3 views.
Okay.
Like K views.
Oh, I'm like 1.3 views. I'm like, how could you get like a third of a view? But no, you're like 1.3K. I'm like, how do you get a third of what?
Okay, then there's the like medieval one that happened. That was 900 exact from what I'm looking at. That was only a year ago. Damn, that was back when I had that Squidward nose helmet.
Damn.
As Pharrell describes it. Then where's the next one? That's a showcase of that's a review. Then 251, and then
Yep.
I think that was the last one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was. God, it's not even that long ago, dude. That was like only a year.
Damn. Well, another question I do actually have for you is, I kind of know this a little bit, but just kind of for the audience, where did your sig fig come from, or where did the idea for your sig fig, like, how did you create it, basically?
All right, so my character, the one I currently have, is not the first character. It's like not this first sig fig, because
Mm-hmm.
years and years ago, like before I even started customizing, I went to like this weird little Lego camp thing. It's not actually like a camp type of thing, but it's just something like you go to like this little building like each day or something like that, and you just build with Lego and all that. So basically, we had to make our own little characters, just little characters that you make, with like a little name tag and everything. So I basically just made my own, and I still have it to this day. Sadly, the torso has kind of cracked because it's like a dark red torso, which is like the most annoying part about Lego figures, is the fact that like certain colors will crack, but
Yeah, it's
it's not
very
really all that special.
racist. Like, Lego really doesn't like,
It's always the dark ones too.
it's all exactly. Lego really doesn't like dark people. They just make their torsos just break.
We did a racist. Let's go.
He did a
Anyways,
racist.
let's just go. Okay. Anyways, but then as I kind of slowly transitioned with that figure, I basically just took the head and placed it onto like I think it was like a gray jacket
Uh-huh.
from one of those Lego Jurassic World sets, like the first ones.
Yep.
Is the Indominus one. It was like
Okay.
that character. I think his name was Zach or
Yeah.
something like that. Then I got a Guardians of the Galaxy set with like that dark red jacket that
Yep.
I still have to this day, which is like a different, even though I slightly changed it. But then
Mhm.
I put it on that, and then afterwards I took like some Rocket Raccoon arms, the polybag ones. I threw it on there, and
Mhm.
then at some point before I even got the helmet, before I even got any kind of face like covering, I took it was like some random head. I think it was like a Marty McFly head, and I placed it on there, and then I gave him basically just normal look. I gave him brown hair for some reason, even though I don't have brown hair. But then after a while, I just decided to give him a gray hand, which was like the whole beginning of like the whole prosthetic hand.
Yep.
And then basically I was trying to figure out like a mask of some kind to give my character. Because I think
Mhm.
this was like almost around the time when I started posting. Because I remember like years and years ago before like the very first time I started posting on the subreddit, I did post my character in the background without a helmet. And it
Uh-huh.
was like I think it was like the same sig fig, but then I just deleted that post because it didn't really do all that well.
Yeah.
So then I remember I was scrolling on Reddit and I saw this meme. It was like a knight character, it's like basically the same character as mine, with the same helmet and everything. And it was like about this whole woman who like got arrested for feeding cats or something like that. I think I still have the meme. Yeah, I do.
If you
Hold on,
do,
let me read it.
send it
Let
to
me.
me.
79-year-old Ohio woman sentenced to 10 days in jail for feeding stray cats. And then it was the little knight at the bottom with like a red helmet and like the same kind of golden cross type of thing.
Mhm.
And it said, "I'm no saint, but this makes me want to commit unholy things." But yeah, I can send that to you in just a minute.
Yeah,
Basically,
maybe that predicted the whole Ohio meme, because the Ohio woman.
oh
I
no.
mean, it,
But
it, it
basically,
was ahead of its time. Yeah.
after that, I didn't really think much of it. I thought it was funny, so I just saved the meme. But then, while I was trying to figure out this whole mask thing, I was like, originally I was gonna go with like this kind of faceless mask, like this pure silver one that only covers up like the face and like the hair's kind of drooping down over.
Uh huh.
But then I remember having this helmet, like the meme, like from the meme, and I was like, that would be interesting. So I think I went on to Bricklink one day and I just bought one of the like original Crusader helmets.
Uh huh.
And I took a little bit of clay, kind of rolled it up into like a little noodle, and I placed it on the front, kind of going down like that middle part.
Yep.
And I just painted it to look like that helmet. And that was basically just like the start of the whole Crusader thing.
Nice. Okay. Yeah.
And I
So
really
so it all kind of starts. So the whole Crusader thing started from you,
a meme.
from the meme. Yeah, it's a meme, Batman. Okay.
It's a me. Hey, but hey, Batman! I caught this Pokemon.
No. You can't.
Like,
There's no laws, Batman. No laws. What you
no,
can.
no laws.
It's my property.
Joker,
And
no, it's inedible.
don't do it. Don't do it.
I gotta do it, Batman. Anyways, but
Damn.
basically, I think the first post I put it in was like this weird, just stupid meme template. Because I remember I was trying to get my. This was years ago too, back when I first started. I was trying to get my character to be like a meme on the subreddit to be used as like a template.
Uh-huh.
I don't know why.
Gotcha.
It was weird.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyways.
Well, nice. Okay. So just a few more questions.
Mhm.
One thing is, so what kind of what determines whether or not, besides the fact if the movie is good, what determines whether or not, what determines what you're gonna make a custom of? Like, is it just kind of you're a fan of this and you really like this, so you make a custom of this, or it's like something new, or maybe is it like you kind of see it and you think it's an interesting idea, even if you don't know kind of what the franchise is, and you just kind of make the custom? Or is it just kind of like a combination of all of them, or it's just kind of like random spur of the moment, I want to make this because I think it's interesting? What kind of influences you to make something into a custom minifigure?
It's really kind of a combination of all of them, really, because like years ago, I kind of asked like, "Hey, what custom should I make?" And so, I think someone said like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and I don't know anything about JoJo's. I'm just saying that right now. I don't know anything. I just know the memes. So it was like Dio and just I think it's like Jotaro or something
Yeah.
like that, like the dude in like the black clothing with the purple dude.
Yep, that's Jotaro.
Yeah, him. And I just remember making those 2 years ago, and I I used the original angry clone face for for Dio. I remember that. But yeah, it's kind of like a mix of all three. Just sometimes if something looks interesting, I'll make it even if I don't really know what it is.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes it's like, ooh, this seems kind of cool. Like if it's like Deadpool or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Because like, I remember it was around whenever Ryan Reynolds like announced that he's gonna be bringing back Hugh Jackman
Yep.
for Deadpool 3, and I was like, this is kind of a perfect opportunity to make a Deadpool. That took like over a month to make it. Yeah, it took a while,
It took
but
a little bit of time. It'll probably be done by the time. Well, it's done now, but
it's been done.
I was gonna say it would be funny if it's done by the time the movie comes out.
I literally posted it today. On my
Yep,
YouTube.
I know. So it's a bit ironic. But yeah,
It's ironic, Batman.
so ironic. It's so buggers.
Anyways, but yeah, it's kind of like that, I guess. Just
Okay.
either something I've been wanting to do for a bit, or if it's like kind of, I guess it's relevant, kind of.
Uh-huh. Okay. Cool. All right. This will probably be the last question we got here. But which custom? So this is similar to the one I did a little bit ago. Which custom do you think has the best sculpting of it on your customs?
Oh shit. Okay. Uh.
Like I said, it could be several too, or it could be big fig, it could be whatever. But what do you think is the best example of peak Potatomeen sculpting?
So I'd probably there are quite a few because like the whole like new group setup, like the new fantasy group setup I have, kind of has
Yep.
like some pretty cool sculpts, like Melvin's head,
Yep, that one's a
along
good
with
one.
like yeah, like the arms on him too, with like the chainmail.
Uh-huh.
There's also Kratos, again a new one with like the muscle detail on like the arms and the chest and all that,
Uh-huh.
and I guess kind of Mimir, even though he's kind of with Kratos, so because like the whole bald head.
Yeah.
And then there's the Rhino figure, like the second version,
Mm-hmm.
where like, because I had to get rid of the belt that was on the bootleg like big fig.
It was
So then, like,
was it a bootleg Batman you made it off of?
Yeah. It was a
Okay.
Batman of some kind. It was like BVS.
Yeah.
But then I got rid of the belt on there and I kind of covered it up with like some Procreate and I kind of sanded it down to where it's like really smooth,
Uh-huh.
so you can't really tell that all that well. And then of course like there's the mouth guard with like the magnets in it, so that's also pretty cool. I think like the final one too is probably just my character's like new helmet that I still haven't painted.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And
Because I
you said you're planning to
resin cast.
make a resin cast, okay, of the helmet, so you could just kind of mass produce it.
Yeah, because I have a pressure pot. I just need to get
Okay.
the actual like
Wow.
silicone and the resin.
Okay, you just haven't been able to get to it recently.
Yeah, I've kind of been busy with a whole bunch of stuff lately. But hey, maybe over Christmas break I'm able to do it.
Heck yeah, I know. Yeah, that's exciting. Yeah, I've always wanted to work with resin and casting before. I've never done it. I've always seen videos of it.
Now you
But
just
that
got a printer.
yeah, I just got a printer. Yeah, so I can print stuff. But yeah, no, but it'd be cool to actually sculpt something and then mold it so I could just do like replicate something that I've molded instead of, because with the printer I would have to get like a 3D scan of whatever. Because recently I just made a spear from Primal. I made a little clay sculpture of him. It's looking pretty epic. But yeah, but it'd be cool if I could just cast him or something and then like get multiple of so I can get a little
Yeah,
um
because like, if I were to like resin cast my character's helmet, I could just place it on all the variants of him, just so I don't have to keep swapping out the head.
exactly. Yeah, you could just get a whole bunch. And then what would you use to fill in the mold?
So basically, I would just take like a normal Lego head. I just kind of place it on something like a torso, and I just place the helmet on there. And then when I pour it in the resin, not the resin, the silicone, it kind of like molds the head like the helmet. Then I take the helmet off, leave the rest, pour in the resin, and then it should
So
come out
okay,
as
so it would be
normal.
okay, so it'd be resin would be the actual material the helmet's made of, and then the silicone is
Yeah,
what the mold is, right?
yeah.
Okay, for whatever reason, when you said silicone mold, I no, when you said resin cast, I for some reason thought the resin was the actual like the cast for a second, and then the helmet would be made of something else. But okay, that makes a lot
No,
more sense. I
I
was a
make
bit
it
of
out of
a
the silicone. It's just
you make it
rubbery.
just a silicone helmet. Oh god, that sounds kind of
It's like all.
cursed.
It's like the Loki helmet or like the Grogu head.
Yeah, exactly. Just like some flexible or plastic rubber or whatever
Yeah. And then
Lego makes their rubber material out of.
there's also like another character. It's like an original character I want to do at some point because like his head is kind of meant to be like a whole bunch of other characters because like supposed to be a species of some kind
Uh huh.
where like they all have similar head. You know.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds
I haven't really
interesting.
done anything. I have an old figure of him, and I want to remake him for the group, like the whole
Yeah.
fantasy group.
Okay. Cool. 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 Well, thank you so much for all the questions. Any last minute things you want to say to the audience? Any last minute plugs or whatever? I guess you did your little plugs at the beginning of the video.
Yeah.
But any last minute things you want to say?
Just a little bit of tip for all those who actually want to start customizing.
Oh, that's actually good.
I recommend posting on Instagram if you really want to get like some traction because that's where you also can make connections. Like you can see updates from people like Nate's Minifigs, even some people with like Benson Bone because I recently got like a head from him, like the Spider Ham head. So yeah,
Okay.
so you can basically just make a whole bunch of connections with them, and then kind of go from there.
Okay, good. Yeah, thanks for the little tip. I should have asked that, but that's a good one. Yeah, tips for newcomers that want to start customizing. Yeah,
Tips
but
from the Spud.
yeah, tips from Potatomeen. Oh, all right, good. Yeah, thank you so much. And yeah, thank you everyone for watching this the first episode of Questions for Customizers. Yeah, leave suggestions down below who you might want to see next on the show. Probably get Mission X. Probably get some more OSRSers, on here because that's who I have immediate connections with. Those will probably
You
be the
do it.
easiest to get on.
You do an episode where it's just yourself and you just look in a
Me,
mirror.
it's just two. It's just like a Discord call. It's just me calling myself. It's like, so what about this? And I'm just answering my own questions. That would be pretty funny.
The other profile picture is just staring directly at you.
One's this profile picture, and the other one's the the mugshot profile picture of me just like staring. Maybe like the Poggers one. That one's hilarious. I love that one. The Russ Pog, I guess. But okay, like I said, thank you so much for watching. You all
The
have a
Rog.
nice day. The Rog. And everyone, make sure to go watch the 2011 film Rango. And yeah, Potato Man, you don't have an outro, do you?
I don't really have. I mean,
I say,
besides my character getting absolutely brutalized half the time. And
all
I don't
right.
really
Well,
have much.
just say goodbye.
Just pretend that my character is getting absolutely just bludgeoned right now by I don't know Kratos or someone Doomslayer. I don't know.
All right. Goodbye. See ya. Ciao.